Yeah, there it is.
All right, I think we are live. Although my camera is stuck. Hold on one
It is.
second. Technology.
Fucking great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wonderful. All right, I should be unstuck now.
Yeah, you're unstuck. Let me see if I can get this. Where are we? There it
There I
is.
am. All right, you got your URL there. Now I got to find it. Here it is. Sorry if anybody is watching. We're just getting this stuff
Just,
out to social
just
media right
checking.
now. All right, so we got 2 viewers. I'm guessing that's you and me.
I would have to assume. I just sent it to my brother. He wanted to watch.
Yeah, I just posted it on my Facebook, and I'm posting it on my Rhode Island Picker page on
Share.
Facebook.
Do it like this. This way. Here to here.
All right.
Says
Now this should tell me, yeah, we got just you and me watching right now.
post.
Actually, just you.
Here is.
So if I go into the chat, actually, why don't you do a test on the chat on YouTube? And I want to see if that feature works, or I can actually bring it right onto the screen.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yep. Take your time. I'm still doing other
Come
stuff
on,
here.
I found old. Another fucking copy. Cunt.
Hey, this is a PG-13 channel.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna get in
God.
trouble. I'm gonna be banned banned from YouTube.
Continue. Publish. Group. Let's go to groups. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you do the chat, let me know. I'm gonna send something in. Let's just say welcome. So I just put something. So I should be able to, yeah, right there. I should be able to do this. So when you see the screen, you should be able to see it right underneath you. You'll see it come up. There it is. If you look at the YouTube stream, see it?
I'm opening it now.
Did you see it or no?
I need to hold on.
I just
Oh,
threw it back up again just in case.
I just need to mute the live stream. Where am I supposed to be seeing this chat?
On the YouTube stream, not on the Zoom. It's not a chat. You're going to see what I just put in the chat come up on the screen. It says Rhode Island Picker, welcome, right underneath you.
I don't. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's working. So if anybody is here, we're just testing out some features here. Let me see. Somebody, oh, that was you that tagged me on
Yeah. I just
Facebook.
put it in the RVA group.
Yep. Good.
See now, I'm looking at YouTube and your hat's backwards. Everything that I can see,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything's
That's what I mean.
backwards.
I'm looking on YouTube too, and it's backwards. I'll figure that out another day. I'm not worried about that right now.
Right.
So we got to give it a little time because nobody's on yet. Next time, now that I know this is all set up, we got somebody just hopped on. Now that this is all set up, we can actually announce ahead of time.
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of doing that. So when I'm doing my music channel, I hardly ever announce like tomorrow I'm going to be live. I just do it all of a sudden,
Oh, right,
and
right.
then nobody knows about it, and obviously nobody's going to come on. So, but we got a couple of people on. Hey, if you're here, let us know you're here, who you are. The chat's open on YouTube. Oh, we lost somebody.
Doesn't show me how many viewers there are.
Well, you're not going to see the true count because YouTube
Well,
takes a little.
yeah.
Right now it's showing 3. Now it's down to 2. But when I look on the Ecamm one, it shows me there's actually 3, and YouTube hasn't caught up to that
Oh,
yet.
actually, here it is now.
Yeah, you'll see it right underneath this.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
I had. I'll show you this. This is the worst beef jerky I ever tasted.
Newport Jerky
Well,
Company.
the rest of it's good. We got like a big sampling of it, but
Yeah.
this mango jalapeno,
Well, that doesn't even sound good.
I know, but I like mango. I like jalapeno,
Yeah,
but
but not
this
together.
does it doesn't taste like either one of them. It's just like
I
I
I like ham and pineapple, just not on pizza.
oh I love it on pizza. I love it.
What kind of an Italian are you?
I'm an Italian that eats all kinds of pizza.
No, 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 no,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes.
no.
I bet you people didn't know we were going to be talking about pizza on this today.
Yeah, well,
We got more people hopping on. The YouTube comment chat, whatever you want to call it, is open. So let us know you're here. Say hello.
yeah,
Send
check
us
in.
money. All that stuff. Give us some things to sell on YouTube on eBay.
What's up, Kay?
Yep, I'm gonna put her up on the
That's my
screen.
sister Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. So she's up there. She should be able to see that. So yeah. So to get this stuff, I ended up moving my photo area in here. It was in the back left corner. I don't know if you remember. And then
Yeah,
I had my death pile, that big thing, on the
right.
wall near the window. I ended up switching them. So I have, because I was taking pictures over there and I was like kind of crammed in there. I was like all hunched in trying to take
Yep.
pictures. And I kind of moved in. I get a lot more room now.
Yeah, I'm redoing downstairs again because I got the new computer and Michelle sits here at the table
Yeah,
upstairs. And because it's a Mac Mini instead of a laptop, because I just didn't want to spend 2 grand on a laptop.
right. Which we just did for my daughter, but she paid half of it. But
Well,
she's going to need it for college. So
yeah, it right now I just did not want to spend the 2 grand for it. So
yeah,
I ended up getting the Mac Mini, which was only 700. And it's with the new M1 chip, and it's pretty good. I didn't realize that you can't do any upgrading to it, like if I wanted to add more RAM or something,
I thought you could.
because I think everything's hardwired.
No, I'm pretty sure I added to mine, unless the new ones are different.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check. I in the event that I need it. Right now, it's good for what it is.
Yeah, I have this iMac. I bought it with 16, I think, or maybe 8, but I got 64 in it now.
Yeah,
And you would think 64 will make it blazing fast. It's still not. I mean, it's good. It's just not what you would expect
right.
for something with 64 mega RAM in it.
So we had a table down there. It was actually
Is
an
this
old
you're talking about your basement?
my basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an old antique table, gate leg table, and with the leaves folded down, I can't put my legs under it, and you just can't sit at it comfortably.
Right.
So we took that, moved it out. I moved in one of the tables that I had in the garage to downstairs. So now I got a 6 foot folding table down there. So I had the computer on one side, and I'm gonna remake the photo booth on the right side of it. Because
Yeah.
all we had was just some white poster board. And
Yeah.
it works, but
I'm back to the white now. I was using that faux wood wall thing
yeah,
for a while, but then I started reading that eBay in order to get your listings to show up higher in Google or search engines, it's better to have a
right.
white background. So I remember I used to have that big photo tent thing
Yep,
that I still have. It's actually up above me, but the background, the white background that they gave that came with it, I ended up just taping it
to the
against
wall.
that thing. Yeah. And I know what I was going to tell you. You may already know about this app, but there's an app called Free Stuff Alerts,
No,
And
I didn't know
basically
about
is
that.
anytime someone puts something on Craigslist for free, you can get notified. It's mostly furniture, but the other day someone put up it had a bunch of backpacks, and one was a North Face and one was a High Sierra, and
Yeah.
it was only 8 minutes old, and somebody already took it. And the backpacks was selling for like the North Face one was selling like on average like for $35, but someone already grabbed them. They had a few other bags, but they were junk, so I didn't even bother. But it's mostly so far I've noticed it's I had to turn the notifications off because I was getting
Yeah, it
like
gets
200 a
crazy.
day. So
So
free
it's
stuff alerts,
called,
and you can put like the distance that you want to travel, like your zip code and how far you would go. And anytime someone
oh,
posts
here it
something
is.
in the area on Craigslist for
Is
free,
it kind of like purple?
yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
and
I
it
just
just
want to
says
make sure
free
I
stuff
didn't.
alerts on the
Yeah.
icon, freebie alerts.
Yeah.
And there's another one called Find It or Free Find It or something like that. It's kind of this. It does the same thing. So yeah, I figured if
Seems like
anybody
no.
out there doesn't know about that. Hey, Sam Hill is here. What's up, Sam? So Sam had a question. We were going back and forth through Messenger on Facebook. He's just basically just starting on eBay and listing, and he didn't have a store, and he was listing, doing the free listings that they give you, but he
Okay.
he reached a limit and he couldn't list anymore. And I said, I think you need a store subscription to go more. And then he said he signed up for the lower tier store, but he still can't list for some reason.
Yeah.
So I told him we were doing this stream. If he wanted to come on, we can try to figure out what's going on. Sam, if you want to just kind of type into the chat exactly what the issue was, we'll try to figure it out. Give him a minute because obviously we're on a delay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go into the messages on Facebook to see what he said. He had said I started out with the basic 1 year subscription. It lists 200 items for free. It says he has 178 remaining, but then at the bottom it has in red, you've reached a selling limit for this month. Request a
Yeah.
limit increase.
That's the dollar amount.
Yeah, that's what. Now that I read that, yeah. So Sam,
Yeah.
you need to contact eBay. Um, just get on. I've had so much luck with. I know Chris uses eBay for Business on Facebook, but when I've used it, it took him like 2 or 3 days to get back to me. When I go on eBay on the website on their chat, I get a live person every single time, and they like I had a return to not a return. I had a cancellation order today that they helped me with like within minutes. So it has to do with it's not the amount of listings. It has to do with
The
the dollar
the dollar
total
amount.
that you can list. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
Sam just posted this. Basic store subscription is still at limit. So like I said, we're on a delay.
yeah.
We're like probably a minute ahead of you guys when you're seeing this on YouTube. So just be patient for our replies. But yeah, Sam, I would definitely, or even try calling eBay and just tell them, you just got a store, but it's saying your limit is reached. Because I think he said he already listed like before he had the store 50 items,
Yeah.
and then it stopped
So
him.
right. You actually don't even have to call. You can request it right from your seller hub.
Oh,
You can
that's true.
request
Yeah,
an
yeah.
increase in the dollar amount, and it won't take you very long to get them to increase it.
No,
As long as what you're doing is what they consider above standard, then they have no problem increasing your selling limits. They just want to make sure that you're providing good customer service and you're
right,
providing a you know delivery on time, and you're not getting a bunch of negatives. You're not getting any defects, and they'll gladly up your listing limit as far as dollar amounts.
right. So hopefully, Sam, hopefully that helped you out. Yeah, like Chris said, just go on because since you have a store now, you'll have like another whole part of eBay. And don't do it from I wouldn't do it from the phone app. I would actually
No.
go on a computer and log in to your account, and then you'll
Yeah.
see up top. I think it's up top on the right. It'll say seller or sell. If you click that, then it brings you to your whole selling platform. And that's where you'll find what Chris just said.
Yeah. Let me go to
Everything's
it
in
and
there,
I'll
like all your sales, all your active listings, listings that ended, your monthly totals, and all that. You can find all that in there.
let me grab a screen of where it is. Yeah, there's a seller help.
That's what.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where is it? Sales. And then feedback.
I need a new chair, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my dining room.
Yeah, I know this chair is just not comfortable at all. I probably could stand. I have this the desk that goes up and down, but
Oh, all right. Yeah. So in the seller hub, if you're in the seller hub, if you go down to the bottom left where it says monthly limits,
that's right. Yep.
there's a hyperlink that says request to list more, and then you'll be able to do it there.
Right.
Like right now, I can have 2,000 listings with a $56,000 monthly total.
Yeah,
Now
that's
that total is going to be between what you've currently sold for the
right.
month and what you currently have listed. So if you have $30,000 worth of listings and you've got $26,000 worth of sales, you're at your max. You're right. I'd be
Right.
at my limit. So you got to manage that. And right now I don't have much listed. I only got like $14,000 listed. So
Yeah, I
I
have my
I
thing
got
is like
$42,000 left to go.
yeah, I got 56 grand left to go. My
Yeah.
limit is 70,000.
70. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't need to up it anymore, but I did upgrade my store. So I went from basic to premium,
Yep.
and the premium gave me um I can list up to 500 auctions for free. I can list up to 1,000 fixed price, buy it now listings for free. And then with the change being on managed payments, there's like another 50,000 that you can do in select categories. One of which is, sports cards. I can list 50,000 items
Yeah.
in sports cards with no insertion fee.
Right. Yeah, I'm
I
still on
and
the
that's just
basic.
that's just one category.
Right. Yeah, I'm still on the I still have 297 fixed listings for this month
Yeah,
remaining. They give you what 350? I think. Yeah, 350. I'm looking at it now.
right.
Um, yes, I the last couple of days I listed. I think yesterday I listed like 20 things, 20 items. Today I did a couple this morning before I went and did my orders. Uh, Let me see. Sam just said they increased last night. He's already maxed that, so I asked for another, and they said only one a month. Wonder if I talk to them if they will change that. I'm not understanding what he's saying there. It's coming up on the
Yeah,
screen.
I understand what he's saying.
Okay.
So did they just increase your listing limit, or did they increase your dollar amount limit, or both?
We'll give them a chance
And
to
you
catch up.
can only get one requested increase per month. That's
Right.
that's accurate.
Yeah, I'm good with 70,000 a month for a while.
Yeah. My combined sales and my
Well,
combined
what stinks
listings.
is I was doing really well, and then everything slowed down. You know the whole story, and
Yeah,
so I had the wrist surgery, and I shut the store down, and I was expecting to stay shut until January 24th, but the rest feeling great. So I opened back up, and I'm like, New Year, I want to just get rid of crap. So I had like 500 items at 50% off. I just said this in my last video too. This must drive you nuts as well. All this stuff is 50% off. I got 90 something watchers right now on 50% off items. And I have people messaging me saying, "Hey, would you take this amount?" I'm like, no.
No,
It's
I
already.
won't.
I basically say, I appreciate the offer, but it's already marked down 50%, and if you don't hurry up, it's going back up another 50% on February 1st. So you're gonna
Yeah,
miss out on the price it's at now.
right.
You know. So Sam said listing limit.
When you all right, so you're maxed out as far as how many listings you can have, but are you maxed out as far as the dollar amount?
Yeah, it's two separate things.
Oh, see, I already got my first alert on that freebies app.
Did you?
Free,
you're gonna shut it off pretty soon. I'm telling you. Just check it every
free.
now and then. Like I said, most of it is furniture. There's some decent stuff, but I'm not into selling furniture. I don't have the room to if I wanted to get a couch that if someone's giving a couch for free and I think I can sell it on marketplace,
Yeah,
I'd go pick it up. But I don't. I don't have the room. I just starting to get this studio cleared out of the crap. I'm not
right.
bringing anything in here that it doesn't need to be in here. So but yeah, I think every now and then you can search for if you're looking for sports equipment, you can search in there for it and see if anything comes up. But like I was searching for guitars, and no one's gonna give that for free, but you never know.
Yeah, they might. Like this is like ceiling tiles. There's a lot of furniture.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. There's a ton of furniture. I was thinking of because I used to have the couch in here. And I was like, oh, maybe I should get a smaller cub. And I'm like, you know what? I like all this space. I like having. I got that one little chair behind me. Now, if I didn't have the baby grand piano back here that I have now, that'd be a different story. But that's taking up a lot of space in that corner.
Right.
Sam says, from the way it looks like dollar amount was maxed, like y'all said, so I'm guessing that's what's maxed since 178 remains.
Yep, it's the
Yeah, it's
dollar
the
amount.
dollar amount. So yeah, you need to do what Chris said and go on to your seller hub, and you can request an increase in the dollar. Like we said, like mine is 70 grand a month. I can list up to
Yeah.
stuff up to 70 grand. So, and I think Chris's is higher.
Yeah. How much did they increase you to, Sam? Because it's gonna take a little bit, and you'll have to wait until next month. But the good thing is next month's only 14 days,
Right.
12 days
Yeah.
away. So
Right. And you're new to doing it too. So
yeah,
hopefully some of your stuff that you got up yesterday and today starts selling.
yeah, and it that dollar amount renews, but it also you need that buffer between what you currently have listed and the amount that you currently have sold to be able to continue to increase. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It's
Yep.
it's not going to be it's not going to be immediate. But the good thing is, let's say you sold $1,000 this month, and your max limit is
He
all right. So
said
you're at 5,000.
yeah, he said
Yeah.
5,000.
All right. So your max for the month is 5,000. If you've already sold 2,000 this month and you currently have 3,000 in listing value, when the month ends, you'll still have, let's say you didn't sell a single thing from now until the end of the month, but you've already sold that 2,000. Come February 1st, you still got that 3,000 in current listings, but now you can sell another 2,000.
Right.
And it'll end up balancing out to where now you're drawing off of your listing value to eventually increase your selling value. So you're at 5,000 now. Just give it a little bit of time. You'll build that up. It's going to take a couple of months. When I started doing this more than just um, the occasional listing where I invested in the store and I invested in a lot of inventory. My first month, I was just like you at 5,000, but and that was like the middle of June. But by the end of July, I was able to get that up to almost 27,000. They allowed me to 27,000. And then in August, I we just kept bumping up on the listing, the item listings. limit. They maxed me out at so many item listings to where I couldn't list anymore. Not necessarily on the value. So I ended up switching at that point from the basic store to the premium store. Now that gave me a lot more listing count that I could use.
Yeah.
And once I was on that for the month, then I requested another increase as far as dollar amount because I didn't need any listing increases because I had plenty at that point because they give you 1,000. I didn't really need more than 1,000. I never thought I'd have more than 1,000 listings in the store to begin with.
Right.
So I needed the value there because even at 1,000 listings, if your items are $10 a piece, you're at 10 grand, and a lot of my items are not at $10 a piece. So it's going to take you a little bit of time, but you'll get there. Just keep working at it.
Yeah, mine I basically, and I've been doing I had been having eBay account since like 1999,
Yeah,
even maybe
myself
before
too.
that. But I didn't really start, like, I sold a lot of stuff here and there over the years, but I didn't really start once the pandemic hit and my band was basically put aside. And
Hmm.
it's probably going to be through this whole year too. I started doing this, and it blew up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
It's true what they say about the more you list, the better you do.
100%.
Yeah, because you had a little slowdown where you weren't listing much, and then you had your sales started going down, and I had the same thing. And once my whole thing is, you were just saying it before we came on. You can't wait for a yard sale season to start.
Hmm.
What's Sam? He's saying he just said he hasn't found any baseball bats either worth big money. I do pretty well with the baseball bats. I've just sold. I sold one for, not it's not big money, but it was like $90.
Yeah,
A softball bat a little while ago. On average, I sell them for like 35, 40, but I'm only paying $2 for them.
right.
I go
The,
every time I go into Savers, I look at the bats, and a lot of times they'll have they have Easton bats, but they're the crap ones, or
right.
the little kid ones. They're really short. But every now and then you'll find
A decent one.
a decent one, yeah, and it's like $2.99. And if you do have, and most of you probably already know this, and I've told Chris this, Chris knows this. Uh, if you do have a Savers near you, always every time you go, bring something to donate and get the 20% off coupon to use in the store. I rarely ever buy anything there without that 20% off because it cuts down on your costs, first of all.
Right.
Um, but yeah, even if you bring a small bag of like books, your wife or your girlfriend, whoever has got books that they don't read it, don't want anymore, just bring that to Savers and donate it and get the
Anything.
coupon.
Anything. Clothes
Anything,
that you
yeah.
don't want to
I
sell.
have I still got a pile over here. I still got stuff I have to drop off. I may be going. I may be going tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, and I do my orders, and I may be going to a couple of Savers anyway. I said this in my last video too. I don't know if any of you guys that are watching or girls that are watching. It seems like these thrift stores are raising their prices.
Oh no, it's not that they seem to be. They actually
Yeah,
are.
because over the summer when I was going in, I was buying something for like $2. Now it's like 6.
Yep.
Especially like Goodwill, the sneakers. I used to get a pair of sneakers in there for 5, 6, $7. Now they want $20, and you look it up on eBay, and they're selling for like 21.
Yeah.
I'm ready to pull somebody aside and say, "Hey, who's pricing this stuff?" Because, and I'm not saying it because I'm being greedy. I'm saying it the people that actually go in there and shop because they need stuff are kind of getting
They can't
screwed
afford
too.
that.
They're getting screwed.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I just I love going in those stores. I was having withdrawals when I when I had the surgery, and I stopped going into stores like 2 weeks before the surgery because I had to have a COVID test in order to have the surgery, and I'm like, I don't want to go around any people, and so those 2 weeks, and then having a surgery in like 3 weeks, so it was like 5 weeks, and I was like getting the shakes because I felt like a junkie. But I'm
Yeah,
back. I'm
I'm
back to the stores.
I'm still in the market and always looking for, bulk deals like the last. I mean, I made that big bulk deal in the summer, and I'm pretty much through it.
Yeah.
I've got most. I'd say I'm down to probably the last 5% of that deal. Um, and when it was listed, the items that I have left when they were listed, I'm probably at like 65% off that,
Yeah.
just to move it out and make room for other stuff. But
Yeah,
you
my
know,
pile over there is so big right now that I'm even contemplating just donating some of the stuff that I bought because
yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna catch up, but I'm I gotta keep buying though. That's the thing.
right.
Um, I don't know. I go over there to list stuff and I look at it. I'm like, I don't feel like it. Or I'll like the stuff like I just bought stuff on was it Friday? It might have been Friday. And this weekend when I listed, instead of starting with the older stuff,
You started with
I
that,
started with the new stuff. I was like, I don't feel like because I've been looking at that stuff for like a couple of months now,
right?
and a lot of it's kind of it's all small, small money things. But as I
How many
said,
listings a day are you doing?
it really depends. Like today, I did like 4 this morning early
Yeah,
before I went out and packaged up my orders from yesterday. But yesterday, I probably did like 20.
well, that's still good.
Yeah, but like tomorrow I might not do any. It just depends if I. It's all time. It's all
Yeah,
timing. I'm trying to see if I can move this other camera and let you guys see the death pile. Let's see if I can do this without screwing up this stream. Because it took us like an hour and a half to get this thing together today.
yeah. So while you're
um,
doing that, Sam said he
yeah,
was talking with you about balancing his time.
right.
He seems to be buying more than listing. That was before last night.
Yeah, what Sam? We
Um,
all do the same thing.
yeah,
At least I
yeah.
do.
You'll you want to buy more than you list because I mean, I wish I could right now. I just don't have the I can't go to the thrift stores other than on the weekend or at night, and that's a waste of time because um most of their new stuff is put out first thing in the morning, and I work a full-time job, so
Right.
I'm not able to go first thing in the morning. So going to thrift stores is difficult for me, or to make it worthwhile. So I'm sourcing a lot from marketplace, and I've actually found some online auctions that I've been uh, kind of successful with getting some decent value out of there, but still wanting to get those bulk deals to where I can, I want to have the need to rent a storage space like I had for the last one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
filled
I
a
don't.
10 by 10 storage space with that deal and cleared it out by October. That storage space was empty by October.
Right. Yeah, I had that one, and glad I'm out of it.
Well, you have a
I ha-
reasonable place
yeah, I got
to
enough space now where I am in my parents' gigantic basement they have at their condo. But the only thing I don't like is like all my listings are there. I do all the business there basically, but when I buy new stuff, it comes here, and this is where I
right.
take the photos. So now I'm thinking like, should I just set this up down there, and just do it all there? You
If
know?
you've got the room and
Oh,
your
there's
parents
plenty
don't,
of they won't care. They won't care. But the thing is, I'll have to be there more. And I hate bugging them.
yeah,
I go in there early in the morning. My mother, she can't hear. She's still sleeping. She can't hear me. But it's just I don't know. I don't know if I want to devote everything to that space.
right.
I don't know. I'm still contemplating. So any feedback, anybody watching, I'm all ears on that. The space is not an issue. It's I'm only in maybe 1/5 of the size of it, where my
Yeah,
little corner is. You can kind of see in my videos if when I'm walking, trying to find an item, you can see the whole rest of
basement.
the
Yeah,
basement. Yeah, but I just don't want to take up all their space. Not that they're going to use it, but I mean, I could just like that setup that I'll show you. Let me switch this back. I'll show you the photo setup that I have now. This will be an easy switch over. You'll be able to see what I was talking about. Let me see here. Switch this camera right there.
yeah,
So there's my photo space right there. You got the Van Halen flag flying proudly, but I could easily take that over, to their down to their basement and then take the death pile back there. Take that whole thing down there too. Maybe not take that rack because it'd be a pain in the butt. It's kind of heavy.
yeah. You wouldn't be able to get that downstairs.
I could keep that here and just keep put my music stuff on it. But
Yeah,
yeah, if I just took this thing, I got two, got the little scale and I got the big scale on that side, right there. Then I have my girlfriend right there. See, standing up.
I
She's a
and
little
where'd you grab that? Because
she's
I
a
need
little
to get
I
one.
got that at I think I got that. There's that flea market. Let me switch this camera back. Hold on. Not that one. Let me switch back to the other one. I got that. There's a flea market down. We're in Rhode Island, by the way. Um, there's a flea market down. It's in Providence, Manton Avenue.
Oh, the Atlantic Flea Market,
Yeah,
Big Top.
it's mostly
It's called Big Top.
junk there. But this one guy has this huge area, and he's got all kinds of cool stuff. But he always wants too much money. But that was in there. He wanted $40 for that thing, and I'm
No,
like, I can't do it. He goes, oh, 20, and I'm like, nah. So I ended up buying it for 10. The back of the neck is cracked, but it doesn't
yeah,
really
that
matter.
doesn't matter. Oh, you're just hanging up a jacket on it or a shirt on it to take a picture.
Right. And I use that cell hound. I love using that. I just used it this morning for a pair of sneakers. Sam's wife's had a craft room, but he's taking it over.
Yeah,
Well, I took over the whole garage, so
yeah. I
not
have
that
my
my wife was going to
garage,
use
and
it.
I gave up my sports room to put inventory in.
I'm just checking.
So I was some of the resellers that I watch. Um,
I kind of stopped watching them.
no, I still watch one
I'll
of
do every
which,
now and then. I do watch them, but I'm just kind of
yeah.
like, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm sick of watching mine. Like I edit mine, and it takes time, and I'm like, I don't want to watch anybody else's.
One that I do watch is Harry Tornado,
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
and
I watch him, Cincinnati Picker. I
yeah,
was watching the Commonwealth Picker over the summer, but I kind of gave
yeah,
up on him. And then I watched the Shed Flips,
right,
Milani, but I don't know. There's too. It seems like there's too much content, so I just kind of souring on it. Photo booth. What props you all use for standing items up and such, and where did you get them? I don't have anything that stands items up.
yeah, me
I just
either.
put it on the table there and make sure the lighting's good, and that's it.
And occasionally,
I do everything from within the eBay app. I know some guys or girls take the photos and then they transfer them to their computer and then they bulk upload them or whatever using different. I just do it all from the app. It's so much easier to me. But
yeah.
everybody's different.
It I have like plate racks and stuff, plate stands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But for the most part, I don't have anything to stand something up. Um, what kind of item are you trying to figure out what to use to do that with? Maybe we can guide you that way.
Yeah, like the only thing is, as you saw, is that mannequin thing. That's the only. Oh, and I also
Yeah.
have. Let me grab this thing. Hold on. I also have the
Oh,
head
your foam
detective.
head.
I got the head detective. Looks like the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, it does.
This I got. I'm pretty sure I got this at Michael's craft store for a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
But when I do
I
hats, when I do baseball hats or whatever
right.
hats, I'll put the hat on. I'll put the hat on. You'll see the hat, the front of it, and I'll take the photo kind of so you're just seeing this part of it. You don't even see the head. That's the main
Yeah,
photo, and then I'll go and shoot it straight ahead like that, so you see how it looks on a person's head.
right. So the reason why I brought up Harry Tornado is he posted a video, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, I can't remember, where he challenged himself. Now, here in Rhode Island, we don't have the luxury of the Goodwill bins, which I wish we did.
I think West Springfield does it, but that's a
Yeah,
90-minute
West
drive.
Springfield's an hour and a half away.
Yeah, but if you really wanted to do it,
Right,
you could go up
you
there
could do it.
early,
Yeah,
but you don't the traffic on the Pike. Ugh.
yeah. I don't drive the Mass Pike at all.
No,
I'd
I
rather
try
go
to
out.
avoid it.
I'd rather go out Route 6 and go up 91
Yeah,
through Hartford than take the Mass Pike. But anyways, the point of my saying this is he put a video out of a challenge that he did for himself. He had $4. That's all he was going to spend was $4, and he wanted to see what he could buy at the bins for $4 and max how much profit he could actually max out of that.
right.
He ended up buying, and at the bins, the way the bins work is they sell by the pound depending on the item. Like
Yep.
clothes are 25 cents a pound. Electronics are like $1.19 a pound, or vice versa. I don't know the pricing schedule, but depending on the item, determined what the pound weight is.
Yeah,
The pound price was. So he ended up buying like 7 or 8 items for $4. It actually ended up being a little bit less, but he donated the change. So he spent $4, and a couple of the items. One was a Billy Bass, that talking Billy Bass thing.
yeah. I've sold a couple of those.
It didn't work, but had it worked, that would have been like a 25 or $30
Yeah,
item.
that's pretty much what I
He
sold them for.
Yeah, he bought a pair of sneakers. Ended up being like $25. But
Right,
in the end, he maxed that $4 to a little over $40.
right.
Now, his whole reason for doing this was he talked about when he was 20 or 21 years old, and he was in between jobs, and he had $9 to get through 2 weeks. And he was like, I had to go to the store to figure out what I could spend $9 on for groceries that would get me through to the end of the month. And he said, had I had another $40, if I would have been able to get through the month with no trouble.
Right.
Now, the whole point of this is right now, neither one of us do this as a living. We don't do this as a living. I have a full-time job. You have your work that you do.
My
So we
six
do
jobs I
this.
have.
we do this part-time because we love to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a buyer and seller, and I started out in sports cards, and now I do. I'll flip whatever if I have to. Uh,
Yeah, if it's gonna make
and this
money,
is
if you
yeah,
gotta make
this is
money,
our
you're
extra
gonna sell
money.
it.
Yeah, this is our extra money. But for somebody who needs money, they're out of work. They don't have the resource to support their needs. This this is something that they can do to be able to get by.
Right.
And it's not a huge investment. The only real investment you have is now, you got to invest in knowledge. You got to learn, and watching YouTube videos of various resellers. The ones that you've mentioned are some of the best.
Yeah.
um, it gives you the knowledge that you need to go out there and recognize what a good pair of sneakers is to buy. I don't know. I don't sell shoes. That's not a segment of the market that I've gotten into.
I've done
It's
okay. I've
something
done
that I'd
okay with
probably
them.
like to get into.
I've done okay with them. It's just my whole thing is mainly sneakers, but I have sold shoes. Like when I go to the thrift stores and even at a couple of yard sales to First of all, if they're not, they're gonna make sure they're not dirty because I really don't have the time to be cleaning these things like he does. Like Harry Tornado, like sits
That
down and
I
cleans them,
yeah,
you know. But I don't
right.
have that time. But I just, I don't even know if I have it here. No, I brought it over because I listed it this morning. But yeah, if they look decent, a little bit of cleanup is good. I'll do on them. But if when I'm in the store, I'll just look them up right then and there.
Yeah.
And usually has the code on the tongue and the inside.
Yep.
And you can find exactly what it is. And that's why I was saying like Goodwill used to be able to get them for $6. Now they want $20 for the same sneaker, and it's making it a lot
Yeah.
hotter. It's the most I'll spend on a pair of sneakers or shoes is like $12, as long as I know I'm gonna make like 30 or more.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just sold. I just last week. If you watched I don't know if it was the last video or the one before. I had a day where I bought like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes or sneakers, and 2 or 3 of them sold within like 2 days.
Yeah.
For like triple the money that I spent on them. So I do like doing that. And when I do sell clothes, it's always usually men's clothes because I know about that. I really will try to find women's stuff. And when you go into those thrift stores, it's all over the place. I just don't know what to look for with the women's clothes.
It's near impossible to know
Yeah,
what to look
like
for.
I'll look at something like, oh, that looks like it's cool, and then you look it up and like $3,
It's $3.
$3, $8
Yeah.
shipping.
Right.
So yeah, it's like I think I have one piece of clothing over there, but it's from my daughter. It's a hoodie sweatshirt that I haven't listed yet, but everything else, like I just sold I had a Baltimore Orioles kind of jacket thing that I think I paid like $8 for it, and it sold for like 35.
Yeah.
Got that Salvation Army. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, I don't rule it out, but I'm not actively searching for clothes. I don't
Yeah.
even know. I couldn't even tell you what my specialty is. I don't think I have one. I think I just if I think it's gonna make money, I'll buy it.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I've always specialized in
Yeah,
sports,
sport, right. Yeah,
sports memorabilia. But even that, that's not a bulk of my listings.
right.
Everything else is toys, um, vintage stuff, mid-century modern stuff. Surprisingly, things that you wouldn't think sell quick sell stupid fast.
Yeah.
Like I found 220 count Savoy cassette case holders, and they sold within a day, like
Yeah.
ridiculously quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
I just
Raiders,
sold one
Sam.
of those the cassette holder. It just holds 36, and it wasn't even
Yeah,
like a big name brand one. It was just and it sold in like less than a week.
yeah,
I think I paid $4 for it, and it sold for like 20. You
yeah,
know. So Sam's other question was about the cast iron skillets, action figures, and box set. You lean them against the wall. I do. I'll lean if it doesn't stand up. I will lean it.
yeah. I definitely,
It's
I
just
don't.
don't Sam. Don't drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, I
You want
obviously
it to look
either.
good. You want it to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
as best as you
as
can,
you
but
can.
you don't want to be standing there devoting half your day to fixing an action figure to make sure his shadow looks perfect in the photo.
Yeah, you're not doing a photo shoot here.
Right.
You
As long
you
as you
want
got
you
as long as you
want
got
good
good
clear
lighting.
photos.
I would say invest in a ring light. I have one over there. I only pay like $10 for it, and I have
Yeah,
that flat panel one that I got on Amazon for like I think it was like $30.
let's see. Yeah, I've got. You can see the shadow of mine.
Yeah, yeah, you got the
I'm
ring light
using
up
it
there.
now. Amazon for like I don't know $20. I think.
Yeah,
Actually, no. This one ended up being free because I had a bunch of points on Amazon, so it actually didn't cost me anything.
yeah, I got that on marketplace. Some girl wasn't using it anymore. $10. So
I do want a better one than this one. This one's it's a cheesy cheap one.
well, there's
Um,
times it's so bright in this room you can tell. Like I don't have any lights on me right now. I don't have a like
yeah,
I can turn this thing on right here, You see how bright that's getting on my face,
Yeah.
and I can turn it up and down. It came with my desk, but because I got these one, two, three, four, five, I got 8 LED strip shop lights up here. So
Right.
there's times when I wouldn't even have to use the LED panel light or the ring light on my photos. Oh, Sam said he just bought one. Awesome. Oops, did I
Yeah,
lose?
that's those are good.
Did I
Uh,
did I lose something here? Okay, no, I thought I lost it. But yeah, it's yeah, don't like we said, don't go crazy. Just and they allow what 12 photos on eBay.
12.
I
Yeah.
try to take is I try to get to 12 if it needs it. Like if I'm just doing a video game, I'll take a picture of the front cover, the back cover, and I'll open the whole thing up and I'll take a picture of the inside if it has a manual and then the disc itself. I don't take a picture of the disc showing the other side if there's any scratches because you can't see it when you're taking the pictures. I'll always put the condition or I'll say untested, buy it at your own risk. But yeah, I don't waste a lot of time. That's one of the reasons why I like using Cellhound for the clothing stuff because all I got to do, I go on the app and they guide you through the whole process. Take a picture of the front. Any more pictures of the front, you say yes or no. Go
Yeah.
to take a picture of the back. Take a picture of it. Ask you for the brand, a picture of the brand, a picture of the size, and then you just get to the end and they got all your photos and you just click off a couple of things. Is it for male, female, unisex? That you put the size in, and then you submit, and that's it. And then within 24 hours, you get an email from them saying, "Please go review." You go back to the app. You open it up, and it shows you the listing like all done, and it has the price that they think it should sell for, because they do all that research for you. So I don't have to be sitting there searching, like how much is this button down shirt sell for on eBay. You know what I mean? It's just
They give you all the research.
they
They
do it
do all the
all. It's
research.
two. It's like 225 per listing, but I I'll pay that all day if I don't have to. It frees me up to do other stuff.
Yeah.
So I like using it, and it's supposedly going to be branching out into like toys and all other kinds of things where it's not just clothes,
Yeah.
and that might be. I mean, it depend. Like I'm not going to go on there with something that's a $8.99 item because I got to pay them 225, and then there's no profit left. But like if I got I don't know, I'm looking at like a video game system. If I don't feel like going through the whole motions with that, I'll do it on there, pay them the $2 and sell it for $60. I'm looking at
Yeah.
all the
You just got to factor that into your cost
yeah,
of goods.
right. I keep looking over there. I keep looking at that death pile. Just like
Hmm.
I really don't feel like doing it. Uh, and there's stuff I have to test. I got game systems on the bottom. I probably have another 8 systems down there. I just don't feel like testing. I just don't feel like it. I mean, it's laziness. I did so
What do
much
you
of it.
have?
Well, I did so much of it during the Christmas rush that I'm like, my mind shut it off. I'm like, I don't want to even look at a video game right now. Like those
What
games that
systems do you have?
uh, I know there's a couple of the old Xboxes there. I think I got a couple of Wii's. It might be a PlayStation in there. I think it's a two.
All right.
Here's another. Yeah, I know you need to borrow a Wii. Um, so this guy, I forgot to tell you this. This guy, and this is the whole USPS debacle that's going on with missing mail and everything.
Right.
This guy buys a PlayStation 3 off me early December. Came with 2 controllers or maybe 3 and a couple of games. Worked great. I think I paid like $40 for all of it, and
Hmm.
I think it sold for like 90. And I shipped it out. I think I shipped it out on December 10th. He just sends me a message last week and says, "Hey, can you give me actual tracking for this or a refund?" So I'm like, "What the hell?" I look it up and it shows I dropped it off the day after he bought it, and it tracked and it went all the way to Cleveland by December 16th. So 6 days later, it was in Cleveland. It was sent priority.
Right.
It took 6 days to get to Cleveland. Now he's in Ohio, and it hadn't moved from December 16th until he messaged me last week. So I told him, I said, because of COVID, I gave the spiel because of COVID, and the way the post office is so far behind, and they got packages sitting around, and a lot of people stuff. I still have Christmas gifts that haven't arrived here for us.
Yep.
So I sent him that. I haven't heard anything back. But then I said, well, I wrote back to him. I said, I'm going to file a missing package claim or report. So I did that, got the confirmation email from USPS, and then the next day or the day after, I get another one from USPS saying resolved. So I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe it got delivered.
Right.
I go to the tracking, and all it was, it just moved from the Cleveland distribution center. It's still not. He still doesn't have it. This is like 4 days ago now. It
And
still says
still even now?
arriving late, in transit, arriving late, which is what it said for last month. But it said it left that Cleveland warehouse, but it's still not to him. He's in Warren Heights, I believe, Ohio, which I don't think is too far from Cleveland.
Right.
But I've been pretty lucky because I keep seeing all these, especially on the reseller group on Facebook,
Yeah.
like all these packages missing and late, and people getting negative feedback and this and that. I've been pretty lucky, knock on wood. I've only had a few so far.
Yeah. Myself, I haven't, I've had a couple where they ended up opening a request, but um, luckily all of those got delivered.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't get any bad feedback or anything like that, and I haven't had to you know refund anybody.
Right.
Who's Dan Hopper? Hi, Dan.
Hey, what's up, Dan? Dan is actually. Hey, Dan, don't worry about the VCR thing. So I'll tell you the story. So Dan is actually someone kind of know through Facebook. He's followed my music channel, my music YouTube channel, and then he found out I was doing this stuff on eBay, and he's actually bought, like, I don't know, Dan, how many things have you bought from me? Like 4 things now. And he bought a VCR yesterday, and I packed it up this morning, and got the shipping and everything, and then he realized I guess his family found their VCR in their basement, so he didn't need it anymore. So I ended up, yeah, he said 4 or 5. I ended up canceling. It's all set, Dan. By the way, you should be getting a refund, and then I'll get refunded for the shipping, so we're good. There's no worries. But yeah, he he's a big help. He's bought like 4 or 5 things from me so far. I just noticed today. I forgot that people can follow you on eBay, follow your store, and I just looked at it. First time I ever looked at it, I had like 19 followers. I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool.
I don't know how many I have.
You can probably right on your seller hub. It says it right at the top, I think. Because the
I have
last time I
28.
checked that, I had one way back when I
Yeah,
started.
yeah, I got 28.
Yeah, I say way back, but it's only like May.
But I still have 100% feedback, which is critical.
Yeah, I still have 100%, and I have that one neutral, but it's almost off now. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I had one.
Oh,
And he
remind
tried
me
to
to tell
leave
you
me.
about the golf club thing. I got an update on that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I had one where the guy tried to.
Oh, cool. Dan
I
says my page pops up when he goes on eBay under sellers you bought from. Awesome. Yeah, this freaking golf club, man. I don't know what the hell happened. So let me tell this story real quick. Guy buys a golf club from me. I think it was a Cobra. Day before Thanksgiving, right? Obviously, I can't mail it out the next day because it's Thanksgiving, so I mail it out on the Friday. Friday morning, it goes out. I get a message from him 6 days later, and he says, "Is there any reason why I paid 6 days ago and you haven't shipped the golf club to me yet?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I shipped it the very next day." And he goes, "Well, the tracking shows it just got dropped off." So I look on eBay tracking through the app, and that's what it says. So I said, let me go check on the USPS website. I go on the website, and it shows that it actually was moving. It's on
Yeah.
its way. So I said, go check the website. So long story short, it takes he finally gets it, and the package. I don't know if I still let me see if I can hold this picture up to the screen because you're gonna laugh. I don't know what the hell they did to this thing, but it was one of those with a 36-inch long boxes that you put baseball bats in, the priority
Yep.
box.
The shipping
And
tubes.
I had to actually add to it because the golf club was really long. This box, not only was it like a month late, but the box was round when he got it. If
Round.
that, yeah,
Like, oh,
I'm
it
looking
was
for
like
I'm
bent.
looking for the photo. Yeah, but now the funny thing is, let me see if they hit. That's not it. I don't know if I still have it. I think I should, but funny thing is, he told me that when he got it, the box was all mangled. It was bent. So he thought the club was either broken inside or the club was bent. So he doesn't open it. He takes it to his local post office and has them open it. They open the box. There's no club in it. No club. Just I had bubble wrap around the head and around the whole thing. Just the
Yeah.
bubble wraps back in the box. No club. So his postmaster fills out a form for him or whatever, and he tells me he's going to take care of it. So weeks go by, and then he contacts me again. He says, "Hey, you having any luck getting a refund?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You told me you were taking care of it." So again, long story short, I filed a claim with USPS, which they're still reviewing it, or they told me they sent something back saying you need to bring the box and the contents to your local post office. I'm like, I don't have it. This guy, he doesn't even have it. He left it at the post office. He left it with them. But he just told me that here's the last thing he sent me yesterday, I think it was. He said, "Great, good news. He got off the phone with the eBay customer service in regards to the damaged shipping issue, and they have assured him that they will be resolving the issue and will be sending information that will not require refunding any funds as I shipped it the way I was supposed to in the recommended carton. I will not be out any funds either for selling it to him. It wasn't on my end." They also stated they will be contacting him no later than today as to refunding whatever funds that they think he should be getting back. It was like a $25 club plus shipping. He said he's sorry for the difficulties, appreciates my continued help because I was going back and forth with this guy for weeks. And he said he'll let me know once they decide as far as his issue. So thank you again for your cooperation. Yeah, that was strange. He just for number one, I can see the box getting mangled, but for there to be no club in the box when they opened it at the post office, and trust me, there was a club in there because it drove me that thing packaging that thing drove me up the wall. I
Yeah.
ended up going to Dick's Sporting Goods shortly after that, and I got a couple of actually golf boxes that they when they get them in.
Yeah.
They had a couple left over because the rest of them they used to ship. But the guy goes, "Hey, take these two." So I think I used one of them, and I have the other ones at my eBay space, and then I grabbed this other box from something else I got in. I don't even remember what it was, but it looks like it'll fit golf clubs in it because using those 36 by 4 by 4 whatever they are priority things they don't fit. You got to extend them.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully it's easy to Frankenbox those.
Yeah,
You just cut
it
it in half and extend it how
yeah,
much you need it.
but then you gotta hope they don't. I think what happened was it was late and it got thrown around and it ended up getting damaged and they saw whoever was doing it saw the damage and maybe it opened up a little bit and they saw the golf club in it. They took the golf club out and maybe just kept the golf club before it got really damaged, sealed the box back up and sent it on its way. And then that's when it really started bending because
That's
the
called
box
mail
was almost
fraud.
like it was almost like in a U shape.
Yeah. That's called mail fraud.
Yeah, I know. So the
And
USPS is telling me
stealing.
we need this box and we need. I'm like, I sent you the pictures. I don't have the box, but
Yeah.
hopefully it's all set now with this guy. There's some of the things you can look forward to.
Yeah,
Everybody out there.
yeah. The shipping issues, like I just had I picked up those four production video units,
Yeah.
and I sold the two good ones that weren't damaged at all. Those sold pretty quick.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, I don't have a production studio,
Yep.
so I have no way
Of
of
testing them.
testing them. But the guy that I bought them off of, he just decommissioned his video production studio in
And he
New
said they
Hampshire,
worked, right?
Vermont. He said that they worked, and they were just more than what he needed now. So I picked them up. Two of them, were missing a cover, or like the VHS one, the cassette door was missing,
Yeah.
and um, there was a cover, a clear cover that covered up some knobs that was missing as well.
Right.
So I ended up selling it. I took a best offer of 150 bucks on it. Um, that's what the guy offered me. He's like, "Hey, listen, I'm taking a risk here. You haven't tested it. You say that it works, but in the event that it doesn't work, I'll need to get it fixed."
Right.
So I'm like, "Yeah, for 150 bucks, that's good enough for me." So I sold it to him. Well, of course, it arrived damaged, and I did not want this thing back. It weighed 30 pounds. I wasn't paying shipping to have it returned, and part of like the functionality of it
Right.
broke. Like there was the it had a dial knob that you can go frame by frame.
Yeah.
Well, that got pushed in. A couple other things. So it's I'm like, keep it.
Right.
I'll refund you 100 bucks. Just keep it. So I'm still netting 50 bucks plus the shipping. I'm not out that. Lost a lot of money on it, but it is what it is.
Right.
But and that went FedEx. The box busted open. Shit got damaged in it. It was bad. But
Well,
in the end, I didn't want it back.
yeah.
I
Well,
definitely
that's
didn't
just
want
like
it back.
that Harman Kardon receiver. So remember I told you it was damaged when they sent it back, and they paid $100 for this thing, and they said it didn't work, so they wanted a refund. They didn't go through eBay; they just sent it back to me. They paid $61 to send it back, which doesn't make
Right.
any sense, and it was damaged.
Oh, right.
So I
Yeah.
sent them the
That
pictures, and I said, "You need to file a claim since you're the sender." Right? Haven't heard from them. That was last Sunday, not yesterday. A week
yeah.
ago. Haven't heard anything from them. So I don't know.
Did they open a return?
No. They they messaged me on eBay. They had zero feedback, so they probably don't know how it works. So when they said they contacted the Harman Kardon and they had them do a reset on it and it wouldn't
Yeah, yeah.
reset. They said, "All right, we just want a refund." I said, "All right, we'll send it." I only paid $5 for the thing. I said, "Send it back." So I figured that they were going to open a return, the right way to do it on eBay.
Yeah.
Never got a return opened, and then it just showed up like 3 weeks later. And I just had the wrist surgery, and then they messaged me and said, "Hey, we noticed that it got delivered on this date. When can we expect a refund?" And I said, "No, I just had surgery. Give me a few days, and I'll get out there and I'll take a look at it." So then when I finally looked at it, there's a dent in the side. The power button is jammed in, like you can't even do anything with that. You can plug it in, it'll power up, but you can't shut it off with the
Yeah.
power button. And the ring used to be blue around the whole volume knob, but now the ring just stays red. You can't do anything. It won't. And one of the feet broke, like snapped completely off.
Are you
So I,
sure you got the same unit
yeah,
back?
because I checked the serial number.
The serial number.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always take a picture when I do the photos. I always take a picture of the serial number so they're in on eBay. That was the first thing I thought of. I said maybe they're trying the old bait and switch here, but it was the same exact unit, and but it wasn't like that when I sent it to them. So, and it's been a week and a day now, and I haven't heard anything back.
When was the sale?
The sale was it was a while ago. Hold on, I could tell you. So I'm thinking even if they tried to get eBay in on this thing, it was so long ago that what's eBay gonna do? Harmon, here it is right here. It sold on December 5th, and
So,
it got
well,
delivered to them. Let me see. It got delivered to them on December 11th. So they had it from December 11th, and then they messaged me. I don't know. Right, it was like right after Christmas,
yeah,
and that's when they told me they wanted a refund. I said okay, and then they never filed a return, and then it just showed up at my door one day, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And I saw the name, and I'm like, that name sounds familiar. And then when I open it up, I'm like, oh, this is that thing. So then I went, wait a minute. So I went back into eBay. I'm like, there's no return for this, and that's where we are now. I open it up and doesn't work. It was working. If you look at the photos when before I sent it, the
yeah,
blue light was on. I actually had audio coming through it. I put that in the description. I said I tested it, worked. The headphones work and everything. And when I got it back, it was completely different. So Sam was asking if about the t-shirt caps of t-shirts. I do actually have a couple of shirts that I made for myself. I don't plan on really trying to sell because nobody knows who the hell I am.
yeah.
Maybe if I get 1,000 subscribers, so tell all your friends to subscribe to this channel, please.
Subscribe.
Look, I'm begging you. But yeah, if I like on my music channel, I don't know if I got almost 1,200 subscribers on that channel, and I've sold music on there, so it does work if you have subscribers. It's just I think I got like 45. Dan says he will buy a shirt. Problem is, I had when you make the shirts up, you gotta make them. You gotta buy like 50 of them, which
Yeah.
means probably $400 or $500 put out for that, and I'm not doing that at this point. I do appreciate that though, Dan, but maybe at some point. The shirt I had made is basically my logo, the state of Rhode Island with the guitar in the middle, and it just
Yep.
says Rhode Island Picker underneath. Um, I had a local girl make me one, and I did one with Vistaprint when I had my business cards made. That's one. I don't know. Do you do that? Like I'll
Yeah.
print the packing slip from eBay, and then I'll put the little card in with it.
Yeah. I
My
do.
card basically says, I don't think I have one here, but it says, thank you for ordering. Check out Rhode Island Picker on YouTube, and it has the YouTube address plus my logo. And there's no phone numbers, or I don't want anybody calling me or anything like that. But
Yeah. See, I'm gonna take my phone off of mine.
yeah, I never put my unless when I was doing landscaping, I had obviously had it on there. But yeah, I just say go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And I think there's only like 45 subscribers on this channel right now. But then again, it's pretty
Yeah,
new.
it's gonna take time to grow.
45 is better than zero.
Yeah,
And then I think I've added four in the last few days, four new subscribers. So
my goal for this year is to start my channel.
you've asked me, I think 5 or 6 times what software I use to edit. It's always Final Cut Pro.
Yeah,
But you got that Mac Mini. You should have iMovie on it,
which I do.
which that's all you need. You don't need to
Yeah,
spend $300 on Final Cut Pro. I have it because
no,
I got the band stuff that I do and
yeah,
all that kind of thing. I do the music videos and stuff, but iMovie
but
will
yeah,
do pretty much what you need.
right. So I'm gonna that's my goal this year is to start that. I'm going to obviously use all of garage sale season when it starts to
Yeah.
start filming.
Well, that's the
And
thing too. Like you saw when I would see you at the garage sales, I'd have my GoPro on,
right.
and you're actually in a couple of videos. But the thrift stores. I can't wear that in there. You know, I tried to once, and they said you can't bring that camera in here. So I don't wear the camera going into the thrift stores. That's why I do when I do the videos. I just come back here and I say, this is what I bought. This is what I paid,
Yeah.
and what I think
Well,
I'll
you
sell it
could
for.
hide You could hide your cell phone. Have your
Yeah,
cell
but I
phone.
don't like using the cell phone. The GoPro is so much easier to transfer the
Yeah.
files because I just do one big bulk dump and it's there and it's right up in Final Cut. The cell phone, I gotta plug it in and I gotta go through all these different things just to get it off. I could
Can't
airdrop it, but
you?
it takes a
I was just
while
gonna say.
sometimes.
Yeah. I was
Airdropping
just
takes
gonna.
a while because the files are like in the gigabytes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what's this, Dan? Get good stuff at Savers and Goodwill. Throw any bunch of pickers in my area because our local Salvation will never have anything good. Dan, I see more people buying stuff to, and you can tell that they're not there just to shop for themselves.
Yeah.
I see more people buying to either resell on if they have flea markets or yard sales or whatever. There's this one guy in Woonsocket. He was having yard sales throughout the summer, and was it Front Street? But he would have all stuff, and as I was going to like Savers more and more, there's the Savers in Woonsocket. I started noticing, and I go to his yard sales. I'm like, didn't I just see that thing at Savers last week? Then the next time I went to Savers, he was in the store buying
Yeah.
stuff, him and his wife. So he's buying stuff at Savers and then having yard sales and selling them at yard sales. But I don't
Doesn't
know
even
how
make
much
sense.
more he's making. I
Yeah.
think
How
he would
much?
make more money on eBay,
Well, of course.
but yeah, he's buying stuff at the thrift stores and selling them. So
Speaking of eBay, when do they generate their 1099s?
I was thinking the same thing because I have an appointment with my accountant like next month.
Yeah.
I need to get this all together. They have until what, January 31st? I think that's the Rhode Island
Yeah.
law.
Well,
January
it's federal law.
31st. Yeah. But I got to do I got that GoDaddy bookkeeping and I still haven't figured it's cool because like I told you when I was at your place last week, it integrates eBay, all your orders and everything into it. You don't
Right.
have to import, it just does it. But I haven't figured out how to put in what I paid for each item. Like it has the totals of what it sold for, and I haven't looked to see if it shows like it'll show this sold for $22, this sold for 14, but it doesn't. I don't think it shows you what the item name is. It just shows you your PayPal receipt.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out. I got to go on GoDaddy's bookkeeping support, the chat or whatever, and see if they can walk me through. Can I see what if this sold for 22? What is there a way to show what the item name is on eBay to match it up? And then can I also add a line in there that says, you know, amount paid? This thing sold for
So,
50. I paid $4 for it. How do I get that $4 in there so I can show a loss? Because right now I'm like way in the positive, and I don't want
well,
that.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want that right now, especially first year.
No.
So,
No business makes money in the first year.
well, apparently I am, and I'm trying not to do that. So,
I think your cost of goods just went up.
yeah, well, no, but if I put in all the pricing of everything that's sold, if I put the pricing that I paid, I'm going to be in the negative. There's no doubt about it. I'm probably going to be like minus 3,000 or something like that. But
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to. I might have to just have my sister-in-law because she's a whiz with spreadsheets and all that stuff. Like she does it in a matter of seconds. I always send her stuff. Say, hey, can you just make this for me like this, and this, and I get it back within minutes, and I can input all the data, and then I can just total it up and just my accountant's so funny. He doesn't want all these things printed out. You know what I mean? He doesn't want the guy told him, I said, I'll print out the spreadsheet and this for you. No, no, no. He goes, get a piece of paper, write down. He goes, write down how much you sold things for, how much you paid for them, any of your gas expenses, and any other like office supplies, and just add it all up. He goes, just give me that number. He doesn't want to know anything else. Dan is showing a $45,000 loss on paper. On paper, so that's the key word there.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he's fun. My accountant's funny. He's good though. Fuel costs, yeah. Well, the thing with fuel costs, so this is what he did tell me. I use an app called Stride, like you're walking, taking a stride. Stride Tax, and what that does is, as soon as you get in your car, you hit track my miles, and then wherever you drive for the day, it tracks your miles, and it will calculate how much you can deduct on your travel.
Yeah.
So he said you can either use your mileage or you can use how much you spent on gas. You can't use
Mileage is
both.
always the best way to go.
Mileage, yeah. So my mileage this last year was is going to be like $2,500
Yeah.
that I can put in as a loss,
Right.
towards that.
As an expense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody
When
out
I
there
was
watching, check out Stride Tax. It's a free app, and I was using it for my landscaping when I was doing that. It works great.
yeah,
Uh, I do keep my receipts for gas though, just in case.
when I was a on the road copier tech, obviously back then we didn't have phones that could
Right.
could utilize any type of app. Um,
You just have to see where your mileage is, and then add.
we had to track our mileage because the company reimbursed us at a discount. So
Yeah.
at the time, the government was allowing like 46 or 47 cents a mile, and they would reimburse us 32 cents a mile. But I could take the remainder of that, like that 15 cents a mile, and write it off on my taxes. I couldn't write off what they gave me. I don't even get compensated for that.
Yeah.
But the 15 cents a mile I could. The way the way they do it is how many miles did you drive? Did you get compensated for it? This is the difference. And I would take that difference as a write-off.
Right.
So I need that this year.
Yeah.
Because I drove a lot,
Oh
for
yeah. Oh,
for
driving
eBay
all over.
and
When
all
I
over.
got my truck, I got my truck in February before this all started. This pandemic started, and when I bought it, it had 27,000 miles on it. Now it's got
Yeah,
36. I think it's got 36, like 36.5. So
yeah,
in what's that? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 11 months. I put on what, like nine, and I don't really go anywhere
19,
because
20,000 miles. Yeah,
yeah, no, it's not that much. No, it's 9,000 miles.
9,000. Yeah,
27 at the yeah, 9,000 miles, but that's all basically driving to yard sales and thrift stores. That's it.
right.
Because the band's not playing. I'm not driving to like Maryland, wherever we end up playing,
Yeah.
um, or Western Mass or whatever. It's just it's all the mileage is that. The hell is that?
So my the lease on my vehicle is coming up, and I'm thinking of leasing a truck. So I got a proposal for
Oh no, what is it?
you. If I end up getting the truck,
Yeah,
I'm gonna end up buying a trailer too.
my trailer's gone.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Um,
So,
but I have no place to store a trailer.
oh, all right. Yeah, you can put
So
it over
my
here.
my well that was my proposal. If I could store it at your house, you'd have, use of it
Right,
if I'm not
right.
using it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just stick it away in the corner where I had my other one.
Yeah. That way,
S
if we
uh
have like any kind of big bulk buys, we'll
Yeah, we could just. Well, I'm planning the guy that I bought that remains of that storage unit from months ago that I did really well on. $250 on. I think I probably made 5 grand on that total,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
still have stuff in my store. I probably have another 100 items still in my store from that storage thing.
right.
He had contacted me probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. Another 250 had the remains of it, but the way that guy works is you got to come that day, and it's always on a Sunday at like 1 o'clock, and I'm like. I'm in the middle of, I can't. I said, if you can
Yeah,
hold it till tomorrow, I can come tomorrow because it was getting kind of cloudy. I'm like, and
right,
I don't have a cover on my, when I do have a cover on my bed on my truck, but if you're putting all stuff back there, you can't cover it,
right,
if the stuff is taller. So he's like, oh no, he goes, it's got to go today, or he goes, I'll just put it in storage and sell it at yard sales next year. I'm like, all right, well, if you want me to come get it, I'll come get it, but. So he said no, but he every now and then I'm on his list, And yeah, so that'll be good. And the other thing is, I still got to get in touch with my friend that's out in California. Remember I told you his father is like
Yeah.
he's a hoarder. Um, I guess he's gonna start getting rid of stuff. He's got like sheds full of stuff in his yard that we can probably go to at some
I'm
point
in.
once it gets warmer because there's no heat in those things. Sam says, "Can you use the donation receipts on taxes, or does it have to be money donations?"
Well, I'm not
Donation.
a tax professional, so ask your accountant.
Yeah,
But
but what does he mean by
my
donation receipt? Oh, when you give
yeah,
something to like Goodwill or something?
yes.
Yeah, you
So
can.
here's my non CPA thought on that. Yeah, you can absolutely use your donation receipts, save them. For the IRS, you can donate up to $250 in goods or money without a receipt.
Right. And then
Now,
the thing is, with those receipts, you don't have to use it as part of your eBay business.
right.
That's personal. Just put it with your personal
Yeah,
taxes.
put it with your personal taxes.
Because
Right.
every time I go to Savers, they're like, "Do you want the 20% off, or do you want the write off?" And usually they'll give me both. So I
Yeah.
have like, I don't know, I probably have like 25 donation receipts from them, but you
Right.
can only use one really because there's no money amount on it, and they just sign whoever's there that he just signs it quick. They don't put they don't know how much you donated.
Yeah.
So my accountant will say, all right, figure out what you think, and do you say it's more than $200? Is it less than $200? He goes, I'll come up with a good number. So he puts the number in where he can make it work as
And
far
you've
as
got the receipt to back it up in
right,
the event that you get audited.
right, yep,
Because anything that you can't prove in an audit, you don't get credit for.
right.
That's one thing you don't ever want as an audit.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. Well, we're at just about an
An hour
hour
and
and
a
a half.
half. But also add in that hour, probably hour and 15, where we were trying to figure out
Oh, no, no,
why.
no, no. This is live.
Yeah,
This is
live an hour
we've
and a
been
half,
live
but
on this stream for an hour and a half.
right.
Well, yeah, we've
But yeah,
been
add in the
we've
hour
been
and a
doing
half
this since
where
1:30.
I was trying to figure out because this is a new program I'm using to stream, and what's that? Sam says Rich may need to write off a show this year. I'm gonna do everything I can to get right off Sam.
Yeah, you and me both.
I I
My cousin, my
I
cousin
pay
owns
every
a
year, so it's like
my cousin owns a landscaping business, and when they went to the accountant last year to do their taxes, and they've been in business for 20 years. My cousin's husband has and that they're at a commercial landscape construction company,
yep.
and based on the profits that they split between the two of them at the end of the year after they take their salaries, they were anticipating a very large tax bill. So they go to the accountant, and she's all prepared to write the check, and he slides back the return for them to sign, and they owe like $5,500. And she was like,
I wish.
Is this right?" He was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, I was actually anticipating a tax bill of like 50, not 5,500." So, uh, yeah, and that was all based on carryable losses.
Yeah.
Like, if you for Dan, if he's got a $45,000 loss this year, he can carry that over to next year to offset his gains.
Yeah, there's
So
all types of things you can do that I don't
yeah,
know about, but like
yeah,
get
me
a good
either.
accountant and they'll they'll figure out every little nook and cranny that they can hide money or put money somewhere or defer it to the
Right?
next year.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean we're at an hour and a half.
Before I forget, so
Yeah,
you said your cousin owns a construction landscape company. Do
yeah.
you know anybody that does pool installations? This has
No, but I
nothing to
can
do with
find one.
eBay, but
Yeah, I can find one. I'll ask around. I
just
got friends.
because we're looking to put a pool in this coming year. I've contacted a couple of companies. One of them said that right now they're at August to install, but they said you can buy all the parts from them and then find somebody else to install it that can do it
Right.
before that. I'm like, why am I going to put a pool in August and then not going to be able to use it? Going to have a month maybe to
Yeah,
use it.
this is Rhode Island. you,
Yeah,
you
so it's like
you need it set up and ready to go by June, just so it's warm by July, and
exactly.
you're able to swim in it in
But
August.
then we're thinking maybe put a heater in it. You know, we're looking at all the options right now. But so I had the fence guy here today. Young kid, he
Yeah.
just started the business. Really nice guy. I think we're gonna go with him because he gave us a really good deal on it. We got like 100 feet of fence we got to put in on that behind the garage on the side yard. Dan said, is my yard fenced in?"
It will
Uh,
be.
some of it is in the back where the dogs go is fenced in, but the side of the house is not. So we're having we're having the white vinyl fence, the privacy fence put in,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have two 4-foot gates and then an 8-foot gate down near the far corner because I that's the only way I can get my zero turn mower down to the front yard to mow because otherwise I have no way to get down there. I go through the
Yeah.
neighbor's yard to do it. So we're gonna have a double, an 8-foot gate over there, 2 4s. And plus, you want to get the fence up first before they put a pool in because zoning and all that stuff and permits and I gotta have the 8-foot part also because they're gonna need to get like a backhoe in here or whatever, bobcat, to do the pool thing. We're doing above ground, nothing crazy.
But you could always fence it in and not put the gates in until the pool's done.
Right, right. But we want to let the dogs out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're thinking of hey Sam, thank you for coming on.
No
We're glad we could
worries.
help.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because we're thinking of so on the side we have our dining room there, and there's the two windows in the dining room. They're going to taking the windows out and putting French doors there, leading out to a
French.
deck
Yeah.
to the pool. So we're looking at like a 15 by 26 like oval. I don't want a
Yep.
round. I don't want a round one. In salt water, hopefully.
Salt water.
Yeah. So you didn't. It's so much better than chlorine. Better for your
Salt
eyes.
water.
Salt water.
Salt water.
Yeah.
Just go to the beach. You live a minute from the beach.
Listen, I will. I've been to Aruba. I will not
You
go to Rhode
live
Island
in
beaches anymore. I
you
will
live
not.
in Rhode Island.
But listen to
You're
what I'm saying
bringing
here.
sand to the beach by
Have
putting a saltwater pool in your yard.
Have you been to the Rhode Island beaches in the last 10, 15 years?
No, I don't go to the beach.
Yeah. I won't go in
I
that
ain't
water.
swimming in the water.
I won't go in water where it's this deep and I can't see my feet because it's so dirty and there's seaweed everywhere. I've been to Aruba and I can go in up to my chin and look down and see my feet at the bottom. That's how clear it is.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled. Sunning and all that, you get friggin' red eyes. I am fancy, Sam. But actually, it's becoming the norm now for new pools. We're getting an error on YouTube here, not receiving enough video. So it might be telling us you're all done, and people are dropping off. It looks like
Yeah.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain the stream. But yeah, so
Oh,
long
that
long
that was
story
because
short,
your camera locked up.
did it? It's
Yeah.
moving on my end.
No, now, but
Oh,
twice it locked up.
oh, okay. It could be the video thing, but yeah, the
Yeah.
salt water is becoming the norm for pools, and it also helps with corrosion. Like the chlorine will kill the inside of the pool and all the components a lot faster than a saltwater one will. And plus, they're doing resin pools now where there's no metal, so
Yeah.
it doesn't rust and all that. So
Last longer.
yeah, so that's what we're looking at. And actually, the pricing is. I was very surprised they sent us pricing on all the different sizes. I was like, that's it. Not that it's cheap. It's just I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like 15, 20 grand to put one of these things in with installation, and it's really like just under 10. So
Can't argue with that.
but then you got to put the fence in, and we got to have the deck built, and
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get a hold of the company that did our kitchen because their main carpenter guy is unbelievable. Guy Ken. It's Greenville Kitchen right next to what the hell is that restaurant? Thirsty Beaver.
Yeah.
It's right there's that little plaza next to them. They did our kitchen. It was really good. This guy is like he's the type of carpenter that you want because he's anal about every little thing.
Right.
If it's not perfect, he does it over. And at the end of the day, most guys that you hire, they leave a mess. You couldn't even tell
Yeah.
this guy worked. He sets
That's
aside the last half hour of the day to just clean up his
yeah.
mess. So he was great. So we're gonna probably try to get him back. I just got the contact for him, and now we're back to excellent connection on the stream here. But and we got five people on now. Sam says us drummers don't do the saltwater pools. He must be a guitar player. Sam, I play drums too. I started on drums. And I actually have an electronic drum set right to my right over here. But I think
Speaking of
probably should
drummers.
cut this short now. Well, not short, but wrap this up. Unless you want to go longer, it's up to you.
No, actually it's 4:30. I've got a little bit I gotta do
Holy
before I
crap! It's
start
4:30.
dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah, I
And
didn't eat lunch.
I didn't. I wanted to list more stuff today, but I just didn't feel like it.
Guess
It's all
that's not
stuff. Like
happening.
the problem is, a lot of stuff I have over there has to be tested. If I didn't have to test the stuff, then I could just put it on the table and list. I just don't feel like testing all this crap. I
Well,
got
let me
those little. I
borrow a
got those
Wii. I'll
little.
test the Wii for you.
Yeah, I got those little Mattel classic football. You know those old Mattel ones, the little
No.
video game.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The old ones. I have football, hockey, basketball. I got a bunch of them over there. I paid for like $3 for them. They sell for like
Are you
15.
sure they're the old ones and not the retro
One of
ones?
one of them is I'm positive is the old one. One of them I know is newer. Um, but I might the newer ones I might just lot together.
Yeah, because
You
they're
know,
not
just
worth much.
yeah, I can probably get 15, 20 for like three or four of them together, which is fine because I paid like 50 cents for those. But hold on a sec. This is the last one I just got.
Yeah, that's a retro one.
Yeah. Then the other ones are. Let's see. This one actually plugs in. This one plugs in.
Think that's the retro one too.
And then I got this one.
Let me see the back of that one. Yeah, no, that's retro.
I think this is retro too. This hockey one, I know that.
Definitely.
I think you know what? I think I already sold the real one.
The real one, yeah.
Yeah, I think I sold that a couple of months ago. I thought I still had it.
But
But
those are
yeah,
worth a
I'll
lot now
lot
for
these
like
up
20
to I'll
bucks.
lot these up together and get 20, $25 for like three or four of them.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them. Or I might just keep them and play them. That's the other problem. We're going to the thrift stores and even the yard sales too, to a certain extent. I end up buying stuff and I end up keeping stuff.
Yeah.
All my T-shirts, like I got the TB12 T-shirt on now, and even this hat was from Savers.
Really?
All my T-shirts, I go to Savers two or $3, and I buy like cool old retro shirts, T-shirts,
Yeah.
like with
Look,
cartoons and all kinds of stuff. I don't buy new shirts anymore, and the hats too. I think I got a couple of hats over there. I still have to. All right, this will be the last thing. I'm in the land of the unlisted. Hopefully that will change soon. I'll be watching though. Thanks, fellas. He's got a green one that looks like those football games. That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, those are fun. I remember as a kid having well, we never got them. My parents never believed in video games.
You know what I just got? You know the arcade one up stuff?
Mm.
Arcade one up, they're basically making Pac-Man and
Oh
like
yeah,
there's the
yeah, yeah.
countertop one. They're actually big. Then they have
Yeah.
the ones that stand up, and
Really?
you can get a riser for them. So they're not full size, but and they're not even heavy. But a guy was selling a bunch of them down in Newport, and he had Galaga with Galaxian.
Mm.
And I thought it was a countertop one. He wanted 150 bucks for it. They sell for like 300 new, but you can't get them because Walmart had them, and they sell out as soon as they get them. And
Yeah.
because of the pandemic, they weren't getting as many. So this guy had all kinds of. He had a Pac-Man, but the joystick was a little weird. So I said, "Would you take $100 for the Galaga?" Because that used to be my favorite game back then.
Mine too.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's fine." So my wife and I went on Saturday morning to pick it up in Newport, And it ended up being, I thought it was the countertop one. It ended up being the standing one. So I went to Walmart right down the road in Newport and got the riser. It's like $40 for the riser. So it's basically a box, but it you can screw it all together.
Yeah.
And I got like it's probably, I don't know if you can see. So if I'm 6'2", it's probably the top of it's probably up to here, standing up. And the screen is probably a good almost 20 inches tall and
Yeah.
about maybe 14 inches wide, and it's full color, and you wouldn't know that it's not the actual arcade game like the big heavy duty ones, because
Right.
it reacts exactly the same way. It looks, it's loud. The volume is really loud on it too, and it'll save the high scores, and you can put your name in, like just like the real game.
Just like the
They're
real
all
one. Yeah.
they're all like that. They're actually, I want to get another one. It's in my basement right now. My kids go to play it. They're like, "The heck is this?"
How do you play this? This
My
doesn't look
daughter got
good.
on it. She got killed in 2 seconds. Like two got. I left it with two spaceships and
Yeah.
bang bang gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually pretty fun. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace for those things for a while, and then I finally I found one. A guy had one that had Pac-Man, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, other kinds of Pac-Mans, and might have been Frogger all in one. And he
Right.
wanted 225 for it. So I messaged him. Never read my message. And like 2 weeks went by, and he still never read it. And his profile didn't have a picture. It was just that gray head figure on Facebook. So I'm like, is this even real, or did the guy just flake out and he's gone? So then I ended up seeing this one in Newport. When I went down there, the guy had, those sit down table ones.
Yeah.
He had the Mortal Kombat sit down one. He wanted $250 for that, but he was keeping that because his kids liked it. And he just bought. He goes, I'm clearing some of these out. He had 7 for sale. He already sold 4 within 24 hours.
Wow.
And he just bought NBA Jam arcade
Yep.
one up, and he was setting it up when I got there. Because I asked, like, "Oh, was that for sale? I was gonna buy that too." He's like, "No, I just bought this. That's why these other ones are going." But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, if you're into those old retro games, check out the arcade one up stuff. It's pretty cool. I want to get another
Wow.
one. My wife's like, "We don't need another one." Well, it's true. We don't need another one because I'm the only one that seems to be playing the damn thing now. But yeah, I wanted to
It's all
tell you
right.
about that. But let's wrap this up, and we'll try to do this again a little sooner than the last one we did.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think the
try
last
another
one we
one
did
next
was like
week.
3 months ago.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot. We had the holidays, and then I had the surgery, and a lot
Yeah.
going
There's
on.
just a lot of
So
stuff going on.
yeah.
But appreciate Sam coming on. Good
Yep.
question,
Dan,
Sam.
Sam, Dan. I don't know. I think it was Kat. Was it your sister, Kathy?
My sister Kathy.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was on earlier, and there's more than a few people on right now. I don't know who it is, but thanks for coming on. Maybe next time, say hello in the chat. Let us know who you are, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right. Take care, man.
Take care.
See ya.